It's day 37 of the federal government shutdown, and pressure on lawmakers to fight is ramping up. It's our top story at 5. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jorma Duran. Starting tomorrow, airlines will reduce flights at 40 high-volume airports by 4%, and tomorrow or next week up to 10%. And that tentative list includes the Detroit Metro Airport. Erica Brown is here for you with the latest from Washington.
Frustrations are mounting at airports across the country as lines at security checkpoints stretch for hours.
It's very inconvenient for me, but I mean, if you're not paying people right, I completely understand. If I'm not getting paid right for my services, I wouldn't work either.
The Trump administration announced it's ordering a 10% reduction in flights starting Friday at some of the nation's busiest airports due to a shortage of air traffic controllers.
Controllers are resigning every day now because of the prolonged nature of the shutdown. We hadn't seen that before.
Some lawmakers have questioned whether the flight cuts could pressure Congress to quickly reopen the government.
I think there is real urgency to our resolving this in advance of the Thanksgiving travel season.
President Trump has repeatedly pushed Senate Republicans to invoke a so-called nuclear option to end the standoff by getting rid of the filibuster and then reopening the government without Democratic support.
If you're going to tell me I have to choose between helping people eat or defending the rules of the Senate, I'm going to choose people eating.
But the votes to eliminate it aren't there.
I feel very strongly about this, and I also feel very strongly that we've got enough courageous Republicans to not take the heat of the moment and respect this institution and defend this country.
For now, Democrats continue to push for an extension to Affordable Care Act subsidies.
There is no reason to surrender now, every reason to stand firm.
Some talks are underway, but many senators say a deal to end the shutdown is unlikely to happen this week. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Another thing being impacted by the budget impasse is SNAP benefits, but this Saturday, the state of Michigan will start distributing partial SNAP benefits. The Michigan Department of Health and Human Services says it'll deliver about 50% of benefits to recipients, as directed by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. 6 News has learned that Michiganders who typically receive their benefits on the 3rd, 5th, or 7th day of the month should get their benefits Saturday. Everyone else will receive them on their normal scheduled date. The cut in SNAP benefits, along with government layoffs due to the budget crisis, is putting a strain on local food banks. So today, lawmakers and the director of the Food Bank Council of Michigan got together to talk about the importance of strengthening Michigan's food bank network. Capitol correspondent Tim Skubic was there, and he's here for you now with what they had to say.
Lawmakers just love to spend your tax dollars on so-called special projects back home, such as, for example, repairing public swimming pools. However, the House Republican Speaker would love to get his hands on some of that so-called pork barrel spending to help feed some 500,000 children and their families, as opposed to fixing a cricket playing field somewhere.
I think that's a great place to look. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of pork barrel spending. Some of these projects, what has a better benefit for people, right? The cricket fields or feeding people that are very hungry.
Now that President Trump is restoring only about half of the SNAP money food benefits, the head of the statewide food bank program reports more and more hungry people are moving more and more food off of their shelves. Dr. Knight explains the food banks want to be fair to all regions of the state in this distribution.
I think a good estimate would be between 30 and 50% increase right now. But we are moving toward the holidays, and so we're always experience a bit of an increase as we move through the first of the year. 43% of the people who are facing food insecurity in Michigan live in Southeast, and so that's a lot of folks. But people who live in lower Mitten, maybe the population density isn't as much, but they're just as hungry. So we try to be very equitable in that.
Governor Gretchen Whitmer and Speaker Hall last week took $4.5 million out of a $30 million emergency food fund to provide some 6 million meals over the next 2 weeks. However, if the federal government shutdown does not end soon, that $30 million fund will simply dry up. And Mr. Hall warns the state cannot possibly pick up the slack if other federal assistance programs go south too.
We're estimating it's over $500 million to backfill. And there's no guarantee that the state is going to be reimbursed for that.
Normally during the holidays, the food bank demands go up. And without federal dollars flowing over the holidays this time, that demand could be even higher. Here for you in Lansing, Tim Skubic.
Dozens of donations and a lot of happy students are the results of Concord Schools' Adopt a Shelter Dog Month Challenge in Jackson. Students at Concord Schools teamed up with the Jackson Animal Shelter to help animals in need, complete with donation drives, classroom visits from shelter dogs, and even a pizza party contest for the top class. Today, they dropped all the donations they've collected over the last month and toured the shelter. Teachers say the project not only helped animals, it also showed kids how small acts of kindness can make a big impact.
I'm not sure that they knew, like giving these animals surgeries and helping to find the homes, the forever homes, and some other things that they did here.
It's motivating them because they want to have a pizza party. Knowing that it's helping animals with having surgeries and having food and having fun in the shelter.
Teachers say they're now planning a day to return to the animal shelter so the kids can bring lunch to staff and further show their appreciation and support. In Lansing, Potter Park Zoo celebrated the opening of its new animal health facility today. Officials say it's a major milestone in the zoo's ongoing commitment to research, education, and conservation, and a key step in fulfilling their mission of inspiring conservation of animals and the natural world.
We previously were in a very small clinic that was about 600 square feet, and this new facility is about 6,000 square feet. So a big upgrade. It's going to make the procedures faster. We have some better equipment, so that's going to offer new opportunities to help diagnose things and then treat more efficiently.
Officials say the facility will also serve as a resource for vet med programs at Michigan State University. The holiday season in Lansing is officially underway because the big red ornaments have returned to downtown. That's right, Lansing Board of Water and Light Crews, along with help from several city departments, transported the ornaments up Washington Square, where they were installed for the holidays in the traffic circle in front of the state capitol.
We're excited. This is a lot of fun. Silver Bells is coming, Thanksgiving is coming, the holidays are coming, so we're having a little fun with it.
It's hard not to drive by and have it put a smile on your face. You know, with everything goes on in the world, you know, you read about, you drive down here, this puts a smile on your face.
Many believe the ornaments signify the start of the holiday season, which continues with the lighting of the state Christmas tree during the Silver Bells in the city celebration on November 21st.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
We certainly hope to see a lot of you out there for Silver Bells. Most of the TV6 crew will be out there in the parade. Another fantastic time expected. We got to talk snow first, though. It's on the way this weekend. What are the odds we see at least 2 inches of snow for Sunday and Monday? Actually, not all that bad. The question is going to be, will it stick efficiently, or will a lot of it melt pretty quickly? But the chances-wise, Mount Pleasant, 70% chance, 55% chance in Lansing, 30% chance in Hillsdale. So it is looking a little bit better for maybe a little shoveling on Sunday. Satellite and radar today, cloud cover's increasing. This system will be just rain. It's going to start to bring in the colder weather. So we look at precision cast through tonight into tomorrow morning. Here comes the rainfall. We start out with a little rain at probably between 4 a.m. and around 7 a.m. Cold front will clear in the afternoon. The clouds begin to dissipate for a while, but start to roll back in for Friday night. Friday night into Saturday morning, some cloud cover around, but we're watching our area of low pressure to the southwest. It starts to transition in our direction by Saturday evening. Saturday evening will likely see rainfall initially, but as we head into the overnight hours and colder air moves in, we'll end it with some wet snow on Sunday morning. Temperatures will likely be below freezing, so some slippery travel is possible. As we head into the afternoon hours, it's lake effect snow showers, hit and miss. You know how these go. You get sunshine 1 minute, the next minute you get a little heavy burst of snowfall, but that's what we'll contend with for Sunday as well as into Monday, although the heaviest band may shift along the lake shore, so maybe some sunshine and pretty quiet Monday morning, and then a few more bands roll inland by Monday afternoon, so we'll continue with the chance for additional snow. Travel impacts. We've upgraded this to a moderate impact, so I think some of the time we're going to be below freezing, and so bridges and overpasses, maybe some on just regular roads will begin to get slushy and maybe even icy at times as temperatures dip below freezing in the late evening hours. In terms of the temperatures this afternoon, though, we're not even thinking about snow. We're sitting in the low 50s outside. Skyview Network, another beautiful evening in St. John's with a temperature of 50. Humidity at 49%. Not a whole lot of wind out there. 7-mile-per-hour gust in St. John's. No wind gust reported for Lansing. Temperature currently at 50 degrees. Grand Ledge with another beautiful sunset as well as temperatures today climbed into the 50s. Same thing on the Jackson Cam where we saw a gorgeous sunset last night. Current temperature at 51 degrees. In Hillsdale, also pretty mild out at 52 degrees, calm winds, and our humidity at 40%. Tonight's forecast then, overnight lows down to 42 degrees with some rain moving in after midnight. Then for tomorrow, morning rain and afternoon sunshine. Temperatures will be quite warm tomorrow, climbing into the upper 50s, maybe even near 60 degrees. The 6-day forecast on Saturday, mostly cloudy, temps in the mid-40s, mid-30s Sunday and Monday. Weather-aware day on Sunday because of an increased chance of some accumulations. Things will start to warm up nicely, though, near 40 by next Tuesday, into the 40s by Wednesday. Some changes for next weekend. Maybe another storm system in the region, so I have cool temperatures quite a bit, in fact, with mainly rain with a few snowflakes mixing in next weekend.
Wow, and it's going to clear up for Friday night football. So
Yeah.
tomorrow's actually going to be warm.
Right. I mean, I think as long as the sports department is happy, I know I've done something right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Funny stuff.